Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Thursday, August 28th, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. Actually, before I jump into these charts, I just need to briefly mention that this week we put out a stock pick on Viasat, that is an American solar energy company. Sorry, that would have been Sunrun. That was a couple of weeks ago, and that's played out nicely, the Sunrun stock. The Viasat is a satellite company, obviously an American-based satellite company, and you can check out that stock pick for free by going to wickedstocks.com. We'll have another one that we're putting out today, later today, Thursday, 2 a week. You can also see our daily triple Q and our daily SPY analysis. The triple Q is testing a long-term resistance area right now, or actually did a couple of weeks ago. And so I think in terms of, I'm not saying that if we close above 359.13, that we're not expecting upward continuation to 521.42 over the following 5 to 8 months, if the triple Q doesn't also close above its 2.5-year channel top. But let me tell you, it would be a sort of underscore that likelihood. So, I think having the triple Q and the SPY at your disposal, if you are trading actively Tesla, is a good idea. So go to wickedstocks.com and take advantage of that 5-day free trial. If we close above 359.13, as I say, at the end of this week, we enter a long-term buy signal that should yield ultimately 521.42 over the next 5 to 8 months. And on the way up, while I'm talking about that, within 2 to 3 months, 434.29. And, do I have it here? Yeah, within 2 to 3 weeks, 387.83. Those are the objectives. 2 to 3 weeks, 387.83. 2 to 3 months, 434.29. And within 5 to 8 months, 521.42. If we close Friday above 359.13. And the more we close beyond it, the better. You can throw in a 1% margin on that. I probably will. I don't think it's absolutely necessary, but I'm just reluctant to go long if we close Friday at 359.14. Let's put it that way.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the triple Q, and NVIDIA, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
Until then, this is a sell zone, and we've been testing it. We've got a channel top that goes back to the July low, nearly 2 months in the making now, that we tested a couple of weeks ago and fell away from, and are presently testing now. We did close above it by a hair on Tuesday, back below it by a hair on Wednesday. It is still there. 351.81 is actually above our 351.39, 50% upside retracement that's been holding nicely for the last few months in a collaboration, if you will, with the 359.13 former 2.5-year channel top. So this is a big area that we're testing now, and below which, over the next 2 to 3 weeks, 310.09 in reach. That is the channel bottom to the 351.81 channel top. And there is the possibility over the next several months that holding below the low 350s will keep the low 260s in reach. This is a longer term channel bottom that is attainable over the next 2 to 3 months. And so should you buy 260 strike out of the money puts right now? Well, they're certainly going to be cheaper now than if we were to then close below 310.09. Closing below 310.09 is sort of the validator of that idea. Until then, we can bottom out at 310.09 and round back up into the 350s within 2 to 3 weeks. In fact, that is the 2 to 3 week play right now, that as long as we don't have the buy signal above 359.13, you're short, anticipating the low 310s. On the way down, I do have 329.94. That is a 3/8 downside Fibonacci from the July low against yesterday's high. That can contain daily selling pressures on the way down. 339.81 351 is a 3/8 downside Fibonacci just over the last week of trade. So holding below 351.39, while I don't expect it today, you should allow for 339.81 as a possibility. And yes, closing below 339.81 today does set up a test tomorrow of 329.94. And we can place a daily low at 329.94. And if we close any day, say next week, below 329.94, we're probably just 3 to 5 days away from testing our 2 to 3 week target at 310.09, where we can bottom out on a weekly basis, possibly into later September, and round up. And so 310.09 would be a great area that if you've been short since the 350s to cover that short position, take profits, and consider reversing and going long back into the 350s again, perhaps within 2 to 3 weeks. As I said a moment ago, though, it would be a settlement below 310.09 that would indicate a good high, I think, really through September and even through October, because over the following 2 to 3 weeks, I would expect 281.22, and inside of 2 months, you could anticipate 261.68. This could also be within 3 to 5 weeks, depending on how the market treats the 281.22 formation. But 2 to 3 week swing traders can go short again below 310.09. Let's cover the upside just a little bit. As we continue pushing into the 350s, if we close above 351.81 today, I think that's a sign to exit a short position. Is it a sign to reverse and go long? You can, but once again, I do think you've just got another day or two left in the week. You might just wait for a settlement above 359.13, and then you can reverse and go long. As I say, a settlement above 359.13, especially tomorrow at the end of the week, does indicate the 387.83 channel top within 2 to 3 weeks, and over the next 2 to 3 months, 434.29 anticipated, and as I say, over the next 5 to 8 months or so, 521.42 5-year channel resistance. Please click like, share, subscribe, check out wickedstocks.com. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, with Friday's Tesla report, and you have a great day.